Hey Greg, thank you for your time. Just your thoughts on the game.
Yeah, I thought we had good control of the game for 80 minutes, 70 something minutes. Then it started to get very wide open and a little bit chaotic there at the end. Again, the game comes down to moments. We've got to put away some chances that we had inside of that 80 minutes where we have good control of things, and we were unable to. I would say, I was pleased with the possession. I was pleased with our ball movement. The issue we run into here on days like today is the field is like playing on Velcro. It's dry, it doesn't move fast, and when you're a team that tries to go from a possession to then speeding up tempo to try to create goal scoring chances and score goals, the field is just slow. And so you have to be very precise. Your timing has to be excellent. A lot of things have to go for you in those final actions to get clear chances. And so I feel like that, some of that timing, some of that speed and the final actions, we needed a little bit more because we were also playing against the field a little bit, and that became a little bit of a challenge. Having said that, we were into some decent spots. There's a couple times I feel like we needed to release some shots, and we held on the ball a little bit too long, and then they got into positions to block, so we then overpass. Obviously we hit the post, but there were some really good moments in there. I thought we had good control of the game. It's also sometimes it's difficult when you play a team that's just really direct, and then you have to deal with the very direct ball, and then you got to break down 9 and 10 guys on a consistent basis, because where they were losing the balls majority of the times because of how direct they were out in front of them, and then you got to break down their whole team. And again, when you're having to do that over and over and over again, it in a slow field, it just gets bogged down. But I was pleased with our guys. The effort was great. I thought our awareness around the field was really good. Again, I just think we needed to be able to change speeds in that final action just to get more good chances and then punish them. We have to finish some things off.
Yeah, I just want to get your thoughts on Lucas Caligari, his debut with the club.
Look, for a guy who got off the plane not too long ago and was thrown into his first 90 minutes, I thought he was exceptional. Very good, smart defensively. Again, positional play inside of the possession, all those kinds of things was really good. I think, again, just getting the timing of things and understanding what his teammates are looking for sometimes are things that are going to continue to come. But I thought he again, not easy to step into your first game and to be on turf in Portland and to play as solid and consistent as he did for 90 minutes. I mean, that's an exceptional start to things.
Yeah, my last question. I think during the 4 games so far this season, you guys have yet to score in the second half. Is that concerning to you?
Yeah, I guess whenever you don't score, it doesn't matter if it's the first or second half, it's a little bit concerning. But I would take a step back and look at, again, I don't think we played great in the first couple of games. I also think we have a little bit of firepower that is not on the team, inside the team today. And some of those guys have been missing all the games. So, yes and no. I'm not overly concerned about it because I know what we're capable of, and I know where we will be once we fill out the roster. I was pleased again with the fact that we really controlled the majority of the game, and in the way I would like us to control the majority of the game. Again, now it comes to scoring the first goal and building upon that first goal. I also like that I thought JK made a huge save at the end. He was caught by surprise there when that ball slipped through Martin's legs, and he made a great reaction save. Outside of that, he didn't have much to do. But I thought, as a group, we defended well with and without the ball, except for I don't like when things get wide open like they did at the end. I think we need to be a little bit more disciplined in that stretch of the game, and we make sure we get out of here with 1 or 3, and that got a little bit fuzzy there at the end.
Thank you. Safe travels back, Greg.
Yeah, thanks.
Next, we go to Damien.
Hey, Greg. The trio on the back line with Edwards, Neal, and Caceres, what have you liked about that group over the last about 2-3 weeks here?
Yeah, good consistency. In the run of play, they've given up no goals in the last 3 games. We gave up one again and a set piece in the last game, but they've managed some situations in crisis in the previous games. I thought they helped us to keep control of things through the majority of this game. So they've just, they've done a nice job. This game we used Raw a little bit deeper and kept him a little bit more as a control player. And previous games we used Kelvin as a little bit more of a control player. But I think that has helped us sometimes to manage some of these transitions. And it's kept us a little more solid. So again, I think sometimes that just goes with repetition and working together and getting on the same page with certain situations, and some of that is just the guys have had a good solid run at it. So, but when we were better with the ball, which we were through much of the day, that it really helps you on the defensive side. And we, until the latter part of the game, we weren't turning the balls over with guys running forward and guys leaving positions until we got a little bit anxious at the end of the game. But prior to that, our possession and the qualities of our possessions was they weren't able to get much in the transition unless they won it and just hammered it behind our back line and tried to get somebody running onto it. But I thought our control of the transitions was solid tonight, which helped us.
The last, 3 consecutive draws, but at least the last two, does it frustrate you or disappoint you the way you come away with basically this draw for the last 3 weeks here?
Yeah, I mean the home draw was definitely disappointing. I think we deserved more out of it, but also just it's a home game and you want to get 3 points. We played 3 of our 4 games on the road to start the season so far, so that's not the easiest way to get momentum. Sometimes, if you get to play 3 at home and 1 on the road, you can start the season off building momentum, but that's not really been the case for us. We've had to go to some tough places to play, and those games aren't going to be in our future because we're getting them behind us. So I think the home one we would have loved to get 3 points out of. This one I think we, again, with some final actions, with the way we controlled the game, this was 3 points worthy if we could, again, get that final action done just with our overall performance. But again, it's considering all things considered in the grand scheme of things, to play 3 on the road and to take a point today isn't the worst thing in the world. But I think we could have gotten 3 out of it. A couple weeks ago, going to Kansas City and really grinding out a point was a really big point, a great point. And, we're 3 games unbeaten in this stretch, and yes, we would have loved to have had the 3 at home for sure. But the guys are grinding through what is one of these stretches where a lot of games are on the road. You have some guys missing, and it's been from the character perspective and the growth. I like where the guys' heads are at right now. We just need to be a little more efficient in some of these areas on the field, and especially the final third.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Scott French.
Hey, Greg. Your dominance kind of showed in how little Klinsmann really had to do much of the game. Mm-hmm. In the 89th minute, they get into the middle and he makes that save. I know he feels that he's ready to be a starter in this league. Just your thoughts on what he did today and how ready he is.
Yeah, I mean, I think today he benefited. I think he was part of a good performance, but he also benefited from the performance in front of him is good, which is what you want. You want that as a goalkeeper. Don't call on me too many times, but the one time you call on me, which he did tonight, he was ready and he made the save. That's sometimes the most difficult part of being a goalkeeper, when you don't see much action and then you have this one sort of moment that doesn't look like a moment and becomes a moment instantly in front of you. And what great reactions it showed. Again, his quickness, his athleticism, his size to make that play. I thought his distribution by and large was smart and good over the course of the day, which was probably most of what he had to do. He took a couple balls out of the air, which I love. I think that should be one of his great strengths because he's such a physical specimen with incredible athleticism. So again, the more he has days like this, the more confidence he builds. The more presence you get behind your back line. So all those things are good for a keeper who doesn't have a ton of matches under his belt to help him continue to build on those things that he needs to become the keeper that I think he's capable of becoming.
You've got a lot of missing pieces and some pieces that haven't arrived. At what point do you expect to be able to do what it is you want to do? How far off are you from that?
Yeah, again, I thought for 3/4 of the field today, I thought we were quite good. In the final actions in the finishing zone, we would call it. Again, I felt like we the game slowed down too much when it needed to get faster. We needed to release shots, and we looked for an extra pass. We did a lot of things where we lost time and speed, which makes it difficult to create clear chances. So that's one thing that we can continue to improve upon. And some of that is going to be, again, as we continue to get guys back and as the group continues to get sharper, that stuff's going to come along. But I was pleased with the group's ability to control the majority of the game. I liked us to be just a tad bit more professional about closing that thing out in the end and not allowing it to get so open. But I think those are the things that we need to keep winning, these little battles as we continue to build the team and get guys back and get everybody moving forward and playing road games and all this stuff. So again, it's the improvements are there. I'm seeing them week to week. We've certainly, again, controlled the game today in positive ways.
I guess what I'm asking is, your options are limited right now. You don't have all of your options in front of you. When do you think you will have all of your options? When do you feel like this team will be in a position to kind of just start building some momentum as a team that you can orchestrate as that, however it is you like? Are we a month or two out of that?
I think we're close. I mean, guys are going to start coming back or coming in here in the next week to 2 weeks. Those guys, who've missed a portion of the beginning of our season, probably need to continue to get their legs under them and get reacclimated into the group. And it's how quickly they can adapt and get themselves into that will help us out. So, I don't know what the timeline is, but I like when guys start coming in and arriving and getting into the group and getting into the training environment. Then I certainly feel like we'll start to make those final steps that we want to continue to make. And I ultimately believe that when it's all said and done, we'll be a team that is quite deep. The issue right now is just, again, the importance of and the qualities of the guys that are missing or yet to come in are gonna contribute to that depth and also that quality that will help us to continue to get better. So I don't know, Scott, if it's a month, if it's weeks, if it's I don't know exactly what it is, but again, I feel like what we got to do is with whatever group we have at any given moment, we got to keep taking steps forward, and I thought today was another step forward in some ways.
And lastly, the Velcro field, the dryness of that field, do you feel like that was targeted to you guys to slow you down?
It certainly doesn't. It doesn't hurt. I don't know if it's targeted. Usually they water the field. I didn't notice them watering the field today, and the guy said they didn't water the field. Sometimes maybe in the Pacific Northwest you get a fair amount of rain. Today the rain stayed away, which kept it a little bit dry. So I don't know. I don't play that game too much. What I know is that the field was dry, and that makes it slow. And if it makes it slow, then it always benefits the defending teams when the field is slow. That's facts, reality, anything, especially if you keep the ball on the ground and you're trying to play, it slows down the game. So it doesn't matter. We have to figure out ways to create chances, to score goals, to play within that. It just, for me, I felt like when we got into those final actions, we weren't fast enough as a group, but also on the surface to be as clear about our final actions as we would like to be and need to be.
Thank you, Greg.
Thanks for your time, Greg.
All right, thanks.
Recording in progress.
All right, now we're joined by LA Galaxy goalkeeper Jonathan Klinsmann. We'll start off with Damien Kelvin. Go ahead, Damien.
Hey, Jonathan. Just want to get your thoughts on your first start, I think, since 2021, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, felt good. Obviously got the shutout as well. Really proud of all the guys for the fight we had today. It was a great team effort. I feel like we should have come away with the 3 points, but again, just really proud of like what we did as a team, what we did as a group. The guys who came in helped as well. Especially Preston with his first MLS start. Did a great job, I thought. And I think we'll be positive bringing this back home, although we did want to get, obviously, the win.
It seemed like you had sort of a pretty quiet night until the 89th minute, 90th minutes there. How does that play sort of develop? It looked like it took a bounce off the Sarahs and fell to their striker.
Yeah. I just remember there was a cutback cross. I think got through, I guess, and then at that point, as a goalkeeper, you just do what you can, you know. So ended up working out, obviously, and yeah, not exactly sure.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.
All right, next we'll go to Scott.
Hey, Jonathan. I just want to get your thoughts on your defense in front of you, both the back line and all over the field. You guys seem to defend very well today.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Super confident in all the guys that were in front of me today. Made my job, like I previously said, like a lot easier. Very, very proud of the guys and the steps we've taken defensively as well as a group, as a unit, and the back line as well. I do feel really, really confident in those guys in front of me, and that is just a great feeling to have as a goalkeeper.
Are there any specifics that you feel like you guys are really on top of right now in terms of defending?
I just feel very solid. I feel like we all kind of understand what each other, our tendencies, what we need maybe in certain situations. And again, as a goalkeeper, behind these guys, behind the four, behind the three in the midfield, it's very confidence inspiring. Throughout the whole team to have guys in the back line that perform the way they do and the way they performed today, as well as last week, and I think right now we're just building and it has me very excited for what will come next.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Yeah.
And last question, Rob.
Hey, Jonathan. What did you see from Lucas Caligari today?
Sorry?
What did you see from Lucas Caligari in his debut today?
I thought he played great, and obviously very athletic, very quick. Great guy to have on the back line. Very technical as well. A lot of confidence, going up and down. Again, like I said, like that whole back line gives you a lot of confidence, and for him to step in the way he did today, and it's his first start, in an environment that's not the easiest to play in, I thought he did great.
Thanks so much, Jonathan. Safe travels.
Thanks for your time, Jonathan.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Recording stop.
And we are now joined by LA Galaxy forward Preston Judd. Questions? We'll go with Scott French. Go ahead, Scott.
Yes, thank you. Hey, Preston, just your thoughts on being out there, starting, getting a full game in there, and you had to feel like you deserved more than you got.
Man, it was a fun game today. I was a little nervous before. When I was a little kid, I actually came to a game here and watched Portland play, so it was a little nostalgic coming back here, but it was fun. Once I got on the field, I felt normal. I felt like I was at home. I felt good, and a matter of inches, I get a goal in there, and we win that game, but it was a great time, and only looking to improve, only can go up from here.
And this team is... it's probably not getting the points that it deserves right now. You probably deserve 3 in each of the last 2 games. What's kind of the mood around the team and around these results?
Yeah, it gets a little frustrating when you deserve more points than what you got, but it's the beginning of the season, and once those floodgates get open, we're going to start punishing teams and get 3 points.
Wonderful. Thank you, Preston.
Yeah, thank you.
Next, go to Damien.
Hey, Preston. How old were you when you went to the game? As a kid, you said.
I had to have been like 14, 13. Yeah.
Okay, and then on the one good chance you had there to hit the post there, how do you see that develop there? The keeper coming out, how did that affect how things went for you?
Yeah, so I got the ball in behind, and there was another defender. I think it bounced off a defender, came right to me. I saw the keeper was coming out, and I know I had a good shot at it. I hit it the way I wanted to hit it, and it's a matter of inches. Hit off the post the wrong way, hits the post and goes in the inside. It's a goal. It's a tough bounce, but I know if I get it again, I'll put it away.
You think if you play on grass, that might sort of affect the ball, how fast it rolled out there or anything? Or?
No excuses. I should be able to put that away, grass or turf.
Yeah. All right. Good.
Thank you.
Anything else? All right. Thanks for your time, Preston.
Thank you.
Recording stop.